Hey, are you concerned about protecting that brand new pretty sled that you just got? Here's the solution. Use SledSend 24 for a 15% off discount code on some backwoods bumpers, the industry leader in performance protection.
Well, SledSend listeners, welcome back to the next episode. We're still at Heydays, so disregard some of the background noise. And as always, be sure to check out a ton of the links in the description. We've got a stacked lineup of companies helping push the podcast this season and a lot of discounts in there, so be sure to
check it out.
Yeah, be sure to take a look. So cool. Obviously, Kobe's back with us again, and then special guest Bobby Menne.
Yep.
Bobby Menne.
Yep.
Welcome onto the show, dude.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Yeah. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Thanks
Glad
for
to have you.
Shooting us a DM and teeing it up and scheduling a slot.
Yeah. No, it's cool. Airtime's always good, and talking about the industry is always good.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, I'm sure you have some stories. So you're a professional cross country.
Yep.
Racer.
Cross country, enduro, oval. I've done snowcross.
Okay.
Done some hill cross and hill climbs around here. Just a lot of snowmobiling.
Yeah.
Yep.
How did you get introduced to it?
So it goes way back. Jeans Inc. was a moto ski distributor here in Minnesota back in the 60s. Okay. And my grandpa worked for Bill as a sales rep.
Okay.
And so then they had a factory team, and so my grandpa and my grandma and some uncles and whatnot, they raced for moto ski, and then my grandpa went to race for John Deere, and then my dad started racing in the 80s and 90s, cross country and oval and stuff, and so yeah, it kind of just transpired from there, and we had a lot of good connections just from being in the industry for that long, and my dad did pretty well, and then we didn't really start racing till I was probably 14, I think.
Okay.
But we went to one race, and then I did well the next year. My dad's like, well, I guess we better do the whole season. So we signed up, and then I won a junior 14 to 17 championship, won every race.
Oh, my gosh.
And then won the sport class that year, too. So 2 championships first year. And then, kind of skipped sport class and went straight to semi-pro.
Okay.
And then hung out in semi-pro for maybe 2 years, but there was really no reason to stay in semi-pro, go make some money in the pro class. So
heck yeah.
That's kind of how that all transpired. So
gotcha. And you ride Skidoo?
Yeah, I've been riding Skidoo since 2018.
Okay.
I really like the sled. I was on Polaris for a long time.
Were you? Okay.
And I actually rode Cat for a little bit too.
Oh.
But the Skidoo's got, they got a great sled. I do actually ride a Polaris at the Sioux 500.
Okay.
Skidoo hasn't really had a program there, and so that's kind of the Polaris is the preferred sled or the Ard Cat. But
at where?
The Sioux I-500. It's a 500-mile oval race, enduro race.
That's the one that you were. It's like 9 hours or something.
Yeah, 9 hours, 500 miles.
Yeah. So what are these oval races or?
So the enduro stuff is like a long distance oval race. So like the Sioux, for instance, it's a 1 mile oval, like a paperclip, like a NASCAR track.
Yep.
And the Sioux works just like NASCAR. So you qualify during the week, and then you start on the grid like 32 guys side by side with a pace sled. You got pit row. It's hard to explain without like putting it in context with video and stuff like that, but it's crazy. Open mod sleds. So
okay.
Yep, open mod twin pipe 600s. Do about 114, 116 miles an hour.
And you're racing for how long?
9 hours, 9 hours.
So how many, if there's no problems or whatever, you break something or whatever, but like how often are you pitting to stop? You got to get fuel?
Yeah, so the fuel stops, they're kind of dictated by cautions.
Okay.
So if someone crashes
yeah.
or someone blows a belt or whatever, then they'll throw a caution.
Okay.
You got to
yeah.
go in.
Go
You just
in, yep.
automatically grab
It's
fuel.
all
Real
strategy.
similar
It's
to
strategy
NASCAR.
based. That
Yeah.
whole race is like strategy, numbers.
How can you not make a pit stop with the
yeah,
cautions?
least amount of
basically?
pit stops, because if you can stay out there, you might
Yeah.
get some spots back because other people are gonna have to come in.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that lap or that race really doesn't start till lap 350.
Oh,
You know,
sure.
out of 500,
Yeah.
because it's such a long day, and the sleds just get beat. You know,
Oh, I'm sure.
by the end of the day, the hole's coming out of turn 4, 3-4 feet deep. It's like a snowcross track.
Oh, my
How is that on the motors? I mean, just
It's tough on the motors. Yeah.
wide
Understandably.
open the
Yep.
whole all day long.
Yeah,
all season
9,000
long.
RPM. I mean, yeah, it's crazy.
Oh, my gosh.
So, yeah, the Sioux's really it's a cool event. I've done well there. I set the pole there in 2016, and yeah, had some success there. And last year we had a little controversy at the end.
You were talking a little bit about that yesterday. Go into that in some more
Yeah.
detail here.
I just I try to keep it, I guess, I don't know, professional.
Sure.
You know,
Understand.
we tied, but there was some decisions that were made. We ended up getting second. So the last timesheet that was given to us by MyLaps showed 4 zeros, so 4 decimal points, still zeros. They can't go past that. So
Yeah.
they decided
That's how close they were
yeah,
within each other,
four-
crossing the line.
after 500 miles.
Hey, what's up, guys? I want to take a quick second to introduce another one of this year's sponsors. We have RSI. So the handlebar setup on your sled is arguably probably one of the most important components on your whole setup. So definitely check out their site. They've got a ton of different products, and use SledSend 24 at checkout for a discount.
Just banging, coming down the straight stretch.
That's crazy.
So yeah, we ended up getting second. So it's been tough to deal with that,
Sure.
and whatnot. But we'll go back and get them again this year. And
Heck yeah.
There you go.
we got a good buggy, so
Yeah.
yeah.
So how many do you keep? A couple of extra sleds in case something happens. You jump on another one.
No,
or how
you
does
can't do that.
Okay.
Yep. If
Okay.
you're out, you're out.
Okay.
It's
got
one
it.
sled.
Got it.
You can have up to 4 drivers, but we usually just do 2.
You can
So
switch.
you can switch drivers. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean 9 hours straight.
Yeah.
You probably just fall off. The
Yeah.
sled.
There's a whole. We'll have to do another
was just
show
about
on
to
this.
say,
Yeah,
I was gonna
yeah.
say, let me see them
Yeah, there's
forearms,
a
dude.
lot.
Yeah.
That takes
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
a lot to dissect here.
There is. Yeah, the whole cross country enduro scene is wild, because you know there's the Iron Dog in Alaska,
Yep.
which I've done 4 times, and
Really?
that's that's a crazy race too. You know, there's a lot of successful fast guys up there that do that race. Two multi-time champs are actually here this weekend. Tyler Ackelstead and Nick Olstead, and then
Oh, yeah.
Mike Morgan, he's a 2-time champ. He's down here this weekend.
That's sick.
But yeah, a lot of talented guys up there. But that race is insane.
Yeah.
6
brutal.
days, 2,600 miles.
Yep. Yeah, we had Smasher on for a few episodes, and
Yep.
he was in the ambassador.
Yeah, the ambassador class.
Yeah.
Yeah, he got quite the experience. Some wet boots and
Yeah. He had some stories.
it's crazy. And then that race develops so differently once you get into that top portion of riding. Like the top 5 guys
Sure.
they're literally riding at full cross country race pace that you would ride down here in a short course race. They're doing that, battling for 6 days.
Jeez.
So
That's intense.
it's crazy. Yeah.
What's like your favorite type of race to do? Because you do a few different things. So
Yeah,
what do you get the
a lot
most
of racing.
enjoyment out of?
Yeah, I get enjoyment out of just
What do you
riding
get-
snowmobiles, but
What's the most enjoyable that you enjoy the most, and then what's the most challenging?
the most challenging is also the most enjoyable one, and
Okay,
that would
sure.
probably be a toss-up between the Sioux and the Iron Dog.
Okay.
The Iron Dog is way more preparation.
Yeah.
The Sioux is like, a lot of strategy-based stuff. You know, how well you did in your fuel stops and your pit stops during the day. The Sioux's super challenging because your whole team is is also what's getting you to the finish line. So you got 9 guys changing skis, tightening tracks, changing brake pads.
Yeah.
And then you also got to keep the sled together and not put it on its lid and throw it into the bales or whatever, you know. So between the Sioux and the Iron Dog, I just enjoy the I don't know, it's like stressful being an Iron Dog sometimes. Like
What is that?
well, just the competitiveness, because you're trying to be competitive out in the middle of nowhere, right? And there's all kinds of things that can happen. I've had horrible luck there. I haven't done well at all at Iron Dog, but I just also, when I sign up for an event like that, like I don't really want to sign up for 10th or just to finish, you know. So
Any plans of going again?
Yeah,
in the future?
I'll do Iron Dog again. I'm really trying to check Cane's Quest off my list.
Okay, what's that?
That's another Iron Dog type race in Canada.
Okay.
Over in Newfoundland.
Okay.
So it's like, I don't know, 3,100 kilometers, 2,500 miles or something.
Yeah.
It's more navigation based.
Okay.
So like, point A to point B, you can go over the mountain, you can take the river, you can go over here. Where Iron Dog's more of like a set trail.
Sure. Yep.
So Iron Dog's way more racy, and Cane's Quest is more like navigation, adventure. Yeah.
Find the best path.
Yeah, so yeah,
That's interesting.
That's like the last long distance race that I haven't done.
Yeah. Okay.
So I want to check that off the list.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah, that's
How many long distance races is there out there?
so you got the Sioux 500, and then you got the cross country I-500, which used to go from like Winnipeg to St. Paul. And then you got Iron Dog, and then there's some other bigger cross country races up in Alaska, like Mayor's Cup. That's a 200-mile race in one day in Valdez,
Okay. Yeah.
and that is one of the
That's
wildest.
Smoking.
Yeah, dude, 7-foot deep holes. It's like a snowcross race.
Ouch.
Yeah,
Sounds like it hurt.
it's so awesome. I just enjoy the. I guess the guys on the cross country scene are really multi-talented, right? Like a lot of us are even pretty good shredders in the mountains.
Yeah. Do you get to go out west and do much backcountry stuff?
I actually want to put a race together from like Bozeman to West Yellowstone. They used to do that.
Yeah.
But cross-country scene kind of died out west a long time ago. But, yeah, as far as, like, the snowmobile industry as a whole, a lot of talented guys in the cross-country stuff, and we get overlooked because it's really hard to document it.
Yeah.
Like, snowcross, you can get 10,000 people to watch it right in front of their face. But cross-country's a little more difficult to document and follow.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Tyler with SledSend. Wanted to take a second of your guys' time and ask for your guys' support for what we're doing with the brand of SledSend. So if you guys are enjoying, the podcast episodes with all the different guests, the tour videos and such, check out SledSend.com. We have a variety of different merch. Every order comes with air fresheners and stickers. And like I said, we appreciate your guys' support. We need it to continue to do this. And without further ado, let's get into the video.
Sure. Do you have... you look like you're...
There's a lot. It's a lot to
questions.
dissect.
Yeah.
Especially if you're, you guys are more into the mountain scene and stuff like that.
Yeah, we've always been into the mountain scene, and then that racing stuff. I don't know. It's just crazy. You guys are hauling.
Yeah, that's like a whole
Balling.
different breed
It is.
of sledders. I feel for
I don't
sure.
know how you hold on. What do you do for your forearm pump?
Yeah.
Dude,
What's like your workout regimen for preparation for this kind of stuff?
So like, I was a lazy POS for a long time. I basically won all my races or did well based on talent. And now that I'm older, I look back and I kick myself because if I would have actually done a little better. I trained 1 year really hard with like Christian Craig and Chase Sexton and John Westlane, and when they were training here in Minnesota.
Yeah.
And then that was a year before I moved to Alaska, and then this summer I actually finally went out and bought a dirt bike and been riding a lot of hare scramble stuff.
Okay.
Nice.
And then got one of my buddies, he's a motocross, supercross trainer, helping me with some diet and off the bike stuff.
Okay.
Good for you.
So yeah, just a little bit
Getting
different.
healthy.
I'm getting older, so I got to do
You
more.
gotta treat that body
Yeah.
nice now.
The talent quite isn't just
Yeah.
doing it anymore.
How old are you?
32.
Okay. Nice.
Yep.
Yeah. Nice.
So yeah, I mean, you got to be in shape,
Yeah.
but it's more like, you got hours and hours to be out there, so
Mhm.
it's not blitzing workouts. It's long distance
Endurance.
cardio. Yep.
Yeah.
A lot of cardio.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like using the muscles a long time.
Yep. So yeah.
You do any of these?
Yeah, I do a little bit, but a lot of it's just over the years. You get that grip strength, and try not to hang on too tight, because that's where you screw yourself.
Do you try to use your legs or body?
Yep.
a
Got to
lot
use your legs, squeeze
Sure.
the tunnle.
Yeah. Yeah.
A lot of stuff that
Ride forward.
motocross guys do.
Yeah.
Back there.
Right.
Yep.
What's this upcoming season scheduling looking like for you? What do you got on the
so
board?
I just moved back to Minnesota. I'm doing a lot of suspension work for guys now. I've got my little suspension business. I'm an Öhlins dealer too.
Okay.
And
Like for racing stuff or
anybody,
anything?
Yep,
Okay.
trail riders,
Okay.
mountain guys.
Okay.
What's the suspension business?
131 Racing.
131
yeah.
Racing.
So
You got Instagram and all that
I
stuff?
do, yeah,
Okay,
131
cool.
Racing, and then my personal Instagram, Menne 131, Menne 131.
Yeah, yeah. We'll put your links to all your profiles.
Yeah.
in the description.
So yeah, that's growing fast.
All of them.
And so yeah, I don't know, just a lot of suspension work.
Okay.
Had some success with that, and then the Sioux.
Yeah.
Going to the Sioux again.
Yeah.
So maybe
What
we can-
month? When does
That's
that
in
take place?
February.
February.
It's usually Super Bowl weekend.
Okay.
Yep. And then
I can tell the Sioux's his favorite race every time he says it. He smiles.
Well, now it's just
I can tell he's like, I'm ready. I
just want to be back.
He's like,
Yeah.
give me that first place trophy.
Yeah. If I could move that decimal point, God damn it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
That's awesome.
and then maybe bust out a couple cross countries, see if I can't go bang some bars with Herfindahl
Yeah.
and a couple of those guys.
Okay.
But yeah, mostly just focus on the Sioux and some
Yeah.
suspension stuff. So yeah.
Any backcountry out west stuff on the board?
Yep, I'll
or-
probably make it out to Island Park or West or something once or twice.
Yeah.
Usually do. Maybe make it out to Jackson. We'll see. I have a lot of ambitions.
Sure.
I'd like to do Jackson on the 50th, which is in 3 years.
Oh.
So,
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
So
10
like,
forward.
if I can go up and over Jackson and
Yeah.
get Canes Quest done, I'll be happy to retire
Yeah.
after that.
That's cool.
So
That's, yeah,
Give me
those are
all
some
those, and then I can
benchmarks.
stop beating my body
Yep.
up.
Yep.
Yeah, because I've done Duluth Snowcross. I've done all the big cross country races, and
Then you can just come to the backwoods with us. And
yeah,
just get
exactly.
lost.
Just ride around.
Yeah, then you just get lost. And
I
float
love
with
riding
them.
the mountains.
Yeah.
It's fun. So
Yeah.
No beating you up. Nice soft pillows.
I don't know.
instead
I
of
beat
hard
myself up pretty good
moguls.
out in the woods.
Wherever you are.
Yes.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah, because I'm usually trying to hop across a creek that I can't make it across.
They
Yeah.
can't
So-
make it across.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. Well, we definitely need to set something up because we're already at our half-hour mark. You've got a lot more stories and stuff to go into, so we'll have to stay in touch and see
Yeah,
if we can
for
put
sure.
something else together.
Appreciate it.
But we'll keep tabs on you throughout your performance through this
Yeah.
season.
Yep.
So at the end of every episode, we ask a question to
Yep.
all of our listeners and viewers. Something could be about racing, whatever. Is there a question that you can think of that you'd like to ask the listeners and viewers?
Oh man.
Putting you on the spot a little bit.
Where do you think the industry is going? I have a problem with some parts of the industry,
Okay.
just because it's been my family, since the 60s.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's my question. Where do people think the industry is going?
Good. Yeah, that's a good question. That's a good one to see people's answers.
Where do you think
thoughts.
it's going?
I see some good things and I see some not so good things, but my biggest thing is sometimes I think people should put down the phone and just go ride and not worry about your flashy rap and because there's a lot of talented people that you would never even know.
Yeah.
Some dude that crushes a bunch of cheeseburgers, he's probably better
Ripping.
than you,
Yeah.
but he doesn't have the rails and the
Yeah.
rap and
Oh yeah.
you
Sure.
know, so
Yeah, that's a good point.
so yeah, it's things like that. Sometimes put down the phone, go for a ride with your buddies.
Yeah.
Don't pull it out.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's a good one for sure. Well, cool. We will, Bobby, I appreciate you jumping on.
Yeah.
We will go ahead and wrap up this episode. The last thing is if you would do the honors and sign our banner.
Yep.
And then we'll go ahead and snap a quick thumbnail photo after that. And SledSend listeners, we will catch you guys on the next one. Thank you for tuning in.